Damn, it's already been a year, huh? Well, let's go back.
What we do here is go back.
So let's just get all the obvious things out of the way first, right? Like all the things that you've heard a million times before. A sort of recap, if you will. On March 22nd, 2024, Future and Metro Boomin released We Don't Trust You, where one song on that album named Like That has a hidden Kendrick Lamar feature that makes the world explode.
Kendrick's that guy!
On this song, Kendrick says the following lyric.
The big three, it's just big me.
As well as many more that send shots towards Drake and J. Cole. Twitter is going crazy. 2 weeks later, J. Cole responds and then takes it back, leaving him officially out of the race. After a few leaks on Twitter, Drake officially responds after 1 month on April 19th with push-ups.
How the f you big stepping with a size 7 man's on?
He then releases Tailor-Made Freestyle on April 20th and then is forced to take it down. Fast forward 1 week later and all hell breaks loose. April 30th, Kendrick claps back at Drake with Euphoria.
The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes.
On May 3rd, Kendrick released 616 in LA.
Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?
Also during this time, Metro Boomin had us questioning if Drake had a BBL or not. On the same day, Drake claps back at Kendrick with Family Matters, and every Drake fan is celebrating. For 30 minutes, because then Kendrick releases Meet the Grahams.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father, let me be honest.
This had people shook. What Kendrick was saying quite literally haunted people, with that Alchemist beat sounding like something from a horror movie. How was Drake even supposed to respond to these claims that Kendrick was making about him? Well, we didn't really care because we were too busy partying to not like us.
They not like us. They not like us.
People were bumping this song like never before, but you already knew that. Hell, your grandma knew that. What am I even saying? And to end everything off, Drake hit back at Kendrick with the final song in this beef with The Heart Part 6. And yeah, this was definitely something.
This Epstein angle was the I expected.
So that's the entire timeline of the Drake vs Kendrick song beef. A full month full of horror, partying, dancing, and whatever the hell this was.
If I was young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested.
However, although the songs may have stopped, the beef most certainly has not. So what has happened from the time that the song stopped dropping up until now? Well, let's have a little look back, shall we? Let's have a little recap of the year that was with the Drake vs Kendrick Lamar beef 1 year later. So after the mixed response to Drake's Heart Part 6, both parties seemed to be at a ceasefire, with a few shots being thrown out here and there. And for Drake's security guard, this was literally the case. Drake was still making Instagram stories and posting songs like this.
Walk on Delilah, and I'm so cheesed.
And also on the 24th of May, he made a collab song with Sexy Red where he actually rapped over the BBL Drizzy beat. On Kendrick's side, however, he was being his normal self, aka staying in the shadows. But on June 7th, on the PG Lang Instagram account, it was announced that Kendrick was hosting a show in Los Angeles called The Pop Out Show. Because, you know.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show.
At this show, Kendrick put on stage a whole bunch of LA-based artists, starting with a few underground acts, moving on to a lot of big-name artists, and then finally closing the show with him and members of Black Hippie performing their songs. At this show, there were celebrities galore. We're talking names like Tyler the Creator, Steve Lacy, Roddy Ricch, and, as Drake said, but also in the audience, you had people like SZA and LeBron James jamming out to these songs. And also, one of the highlights of the shows was when Dr. Dre came out and performed California Love, and then proceeded to announce the next song. And Kendrick Lamar performed Not Like Us for the first time, and then proceeded to do it 4 more times. A few days after the concert, Kendrick was seen in public recording a music video for Not Like Us, and 1 month later, on the 4th of July, we got the music video, and to open it, in classic Kendrick fashion, he plays a snippet of an unreleased song.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need her, my babies.
This song went viral on TikTok for a while, and mind you, it was only a 15-second snippet. The music video was awesome, filled with loads of awesome shots, cameos from people, and overall just looking like a massive party. So while Kendrick was doing all of this, what was Drake doing? Well, on the 6th of August on Drake's private Instagram account, he posted a link to a strange website. This website in question was named 100 Gigs for Your Head Top. It had tons of footage spanning from over the last 20 years. You had videos of Drake recording what would now be the chorus of Kanye's song Yikes.
Menacing, frightening, find help sometimes.
Stephen Curry was on there playing ping pong, and also there were 4 songs that came from this website: Circadian Rhythm, It's Up with Thugger and 21, Housekeeping with Lotto, and No Face. It's Up was one of the more interesting ones though, because on this song, it seems that 21 was dissing Kendrick.
My mouth made a couple songs, think he hot now. Hit his up, he think he pop now. Broad daylight, he got shot down.
But 21's manager quickly put the rumors to rest by saying it wasn't directed towards Kendrick. Smart move if you ask me. Now after this, we wouldn't hear anything major from these two guys for quite a while actually. Drake was still posting Instagram stories, trying to stir the pot, trying to get the beef back up, but nothing really came from it. Except for one post in particular. Specifically, this one.
I'll put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2.
Backing off.
We will win game 2.
I want you to keep this one in your mind real quick. Fast forward to the 9th of September and Kendrick officially announces that he would be performing at the Super Bowl, the first solo rap performance in Super Bowl history. A lot of people were pointing out the hilarity of this because on Drake and J. Cole's song First Person Shooter, they were talking about the Super Bowl. But in this announcement video, Kendrick put a few subtle hints and jabs towards Drake. The fact that he was standing on the 50-yard line referencing push-ups, him firing off 6 footballs because Drake is from the 6, and remember that Instagram story I told you to remember? Well, let's see what Kendrick had to say about it.
You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it.
However, this decision from the Super Bowl made people a little upset because the Super Bowl was being held in New Orleans, and this is Lil Wayne's home state. Lil Wayne had a few things to say about not being picked to perform, and honestly, he sounded a bit like a brat in this video. But this just left another question in people's mind. Although Kendrick did have a few popular songs, did he really have enough to perform on such a big stage? Well, I guess only time would tell, wouldn't it? 3 days after this announcement, Kendrick then released an Instagram exclusive song, with the cover being some busted ass Air Forces, boy what the hell are these? On this song, Kendrick is very laid back, talking about wanting to watch the party die. And although this song has over 50 million views, I think it's the least known song from this entire saga. It's not really a question why, I mean it is an Instagram exclusive song, but it's kind of a shame because this song is really good. After this song release, there was another huge gap between these two, complete silence. But one notable thing that did happen is that on the 6th of November, Party Next Door officially announced that him and Drake would be releasing a collab album. Now there wasn't a date or anything and it wasn't even confirmed, but this was pretty big news for Drake fans. Also, on the 8th of November, the Grammy nominees were officially announced, and Kendrick was nominated for 5 different awards for Not Like Us. Would he have any chance of winning them? Well, time would only tell, wouldn't it? So through the months of October and November, we didn't really hear anything from these two. We went a whole month of radio silence. But on an unexpected Saturday morning on the 22nd of November at 3 AM, Kendrick released a video on his YouTube channel titled GNX.
Reincarnated with love. My Gemini twin back powering up. No more handshakes and hugs. The energy.
In this video, a snippet of a song plays where the beginning is real calm, but then builds to some aggressive delivery from Kendrick.
Speak with a vigilant tongue. The predicate this time is you. I'm carrying heavier hearts right now. I could power lift for the Olympians too. I'm carrying various darts right now. I deserve this like tiramisu. See, we go body for body. I hand you a body. I'm probably a better masseuse. I really don't bother nobody, but they running by me if I gotta clear out the rest.
However, it's cut short to show 3 letters, GNX. Now, what exactly did this mean? Well, for me personally, I was there when it announced because I had post notifications on, right? And after seeing the video, I was like, okay, maybe this is leading to like an album, like there wasn't a release date or anything in the video, so maybe it might come after the Super Bowl or something. How wrong I was. 1 hour later, after releasing this YouTube video, Kendrick surprise dropped an entire album with the same name as the YouTube video, GNX. This album came out of nowhere. Even Kendrick's label didn't know it was releasing until a few hours before it dropped. This album is amazing, full of fun West Coast style songs with amazing production throughout. Whacked Out Murals had Kendrick venting his frustrations toward his peers in the industry, specifically Lil Wayne and Snoop Dogg.
You used to bump the Carter 3, I held my rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down.
Squabble Up had the 15-second snippet from the Not Like Us music video, now having a confirmed name.
Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up, squabble up.
Luther had him and SZA bouncing off one another on a Luther Vandross sample.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't get it. Nobody's no sympathy.
Man at the Garden had Kendrick in his Nas bag. Hey Now had Kendrick put an underground artist named Dodie 6 on a fire track.
Who the f I feel like Joker. Harley Quinn up in the cut with a blower.
Reincarnated saw Kendrick in his Tupac bag. TV Off gave us the iconic Mustard line that everyone was shouting, apparently even Mustard himself. Dodger Blue was the silkiest song I'd heard in a minute. Peekaboo was a fun bouncy track with AZ Check flowing like crazy. Heart Part 6 was really funny to see because Kendrick just disregarded that Drake already used the name. Kendrick was just showing he wasn't fazed at all. This song actually pays a lot of homage to his fellow TDE members, especially those in Black Hippie, because he apologizes for being the reason they disbanded the group in the first place.
Jog my memory knowing Black Hippie didn't work cause of me. Creatively I moved on with new concepts in reach.
GNX was the most skeptical song for me, but I can't deny that feature given by Hitter J3 was amazing. He slid like crazy on such a goofy beat.
How about suicide doors? It's the hit 'em, man. You don't wanna see them doors sliding on the caravan.
And Gloria had me looking like the Drake and Yachty gif when he actually said that final line about what the song's actually about. Overall, this album was really good, and don't just take my word for it, critics alike really thought the same thing. So now that the Kendrick fans were having fun with the new album, what did Drake fans have to look forward to? Well, 2 days after GNX dropped, Drake went live with XQC of all people and announced that he was going to Australia and New Zealand for the Anita Max Win tour. He also threw a few shots at Kendrick because of the things he was saying about Drake on GNX, and Drake made remarks that he was still alive and it would take more than that to take him down.
I'm here, as you can see, fully intact, mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering. Right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it.
Classic Drake. Also during the XQC stream, he said that his collab album with Party Next Door was 75% done and that it would come during December sometime. Would he stick to this time frame? No. Kendrick also had something to say about what Drake was saying on the stream and the text conversation that he had. 2 days after the stream, Kendrick actually released a music video for Squabble Up, and Drake decided to release something himself. It was a lawsuit against Kendrick. Well, kind of. Drake wasn't actually suing Kendrick himself, this is a common misconception. Rather, he was actually releasing a petition against UMG for allegedly boosting the numbers of Not Like Us to make it look more popular than it actually was. But honestly, Drake was just being petty with this. When a song is being played at every major sporting event, being used in every TikTok ever for like a few months, you don't have to fake being big. If you want a whole deep analysis on this whole lawsuit thing, this is not the video for that. I mean, I dropped out of school, so. But I will say that one interesting thing that came from this lawsuit is that he actually used reaction videos to Not Like Us to claim that these people were being paid to make these videos. Honestly, I think this whole lawsuit was to try and stop Kendrick from playing Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. But would this work? Well, we'd just have to see, wouldn't we? So after Drake announced his tour to Australia and New Zealand, what was Kendrick doing? Well, funnily enough, he did the exact same thing. But instead of Australia and New Zealand, on December 3rd, he announced that he would be doing a stadium tour around America and Canada, and that he would be sharing the stage with SZA. Throughout the rest of the month, nothing else really happened. But something notable to mention is that on a podcast, one of the artists that was featured on GNX named Lefty Gunplay revealed there could potentially be a deluxe version of GNX coming out.
I know he's got a deluxe version coming out. So I don't know what he got going. He's very secretive.
Nothing has come out officially as of me dropping this video, but please, Kendrick, please! To end the year off, Drake did a collab stream with no one's favorite streamer, Aiden Ross. Nothing really happened during this stream, but Drake did confirm that his collab album with Party was delayed. Now into the new year, and things become very quiet between these two. Drake was still sorting out the lawsuit, and Kendrick was getting ready to play the Super Bowl, and things came to a little bit of a standstill for a while. But on the 24th of January, on the PG Lang Instagram account, a video came out where it was revealed that SZA was going to have a guest appearance at the halftime show. Now, I just want to point out something real quick. People on Twitter were saying that because SZA was sharing the stage with Kendrick, it was kind of confirming what Drake said on push-ups about SZA wiping Kendrick down. But think about it like this. How is SZA performing on Kendrick's stage proving she wipes him down? How can the person being wiped down put the person who's wiping them down on their stage? It doesn't make sense. So while Kendrick was practicing for the show, Drake and Party were still working on their album, and on the 4th of February, we finally got a release date for it, which was the 14th of February, 10 days after the announcement. But before this album released, we had a show to watch. On the 2nd of February, the Grammys came around, and let's just say, it didn't win something. It won everything. The first 3 awards were all accepted by Mustard, and people were wondering if Kendrick was even there. The camera was never on him. But for the final 2 awards, Kendrick was seen getting up onto the stage, and then coming off hot from the Grammys, the 10th of February came around, and it was finally time to watch Kendrick's performance at the Super Bowl. Apparently a lot of the show's themes and guests were actually leaked before the show happened. People knew what the theme was going to be and the fact that Samuel L. Jackson was going to be there, but this didn't take away the fact that the show was amazing. Kendrick was able to put the doubters to rest, because although it wasn't a perfect show, it was still really solid. I think that his microphone could have been louder and he could have performed a few more standout songs, but the ones he chose and the reason for choosing them fit the aesthetic really well. I mean, look at this shot. How do you even think of that? And his performance of Not Like Us is gonna go down in history, man. The pump fakes were crazy, bro.
Say Drake, I hate you like I'm young.
It also turned out that this Super Bowl performance was the most watched anything on TV since the moon landing. That is crazy. And also, another thing to top it all off, after the Super Bowl, Kendrick announced that the European tour dates were going to be for their stadium tour. A few days after the Super Bowl, on the 14th of February, Drake and Party Next Door officially released their collab album, titled Some Sexy Songs For You. This album was pretty much what people expected from these two, some laid-back R&B songs with a few bangers here and there. Some notable songs to come from the album were songs like Give Me a Hug, where Drake raps about forgetting the rap beef, because he just wants to get the party lit.
Rap beef, I'm trying to get the party lit.
You know, the same guy who was begging Kendrick to drop. Yeah, he didn't want this at all, guys. He also talked about how 21 is the only person who really has his back after the beef, and I mean, it's kind of true.
Savage, you the only checking on me when we really in some brother.
Another notable song was Meet Your Padre, but not for any good reason.
I want to meet your madre, pay my respects to your padre, mi amor.
I mean, me personally, I love the instrumental to this song, but whenever Drake raps in Spanish, I don't know, I lose all my brain cells. But to be fair, there was also the song Nokia, which honestly is one of the best songs of the year so far.
Is that your bestie? I'ma ice both of y'all like Gretzky. I'ma at you like bless me. Hit the dance floor, get nasty, impress me.
The Nokia ringtone sample is genuinely great, and Drake's flow is really decent on it. Baby girl, wanna see you dance, wanna see you twirl. Wait, he's not talking about actual baby girls, is he? Say Drake, I hear you like him young. During the same week that Drake released his new album, he also began his Australia tour, where he was spotted wearing some very questionable outfits to say the least. He was also doing a lot of gimmicks with his outfits, wearing jerseys with bullet holes in them with smoke coming out of them. But also at these shows, you had some of the most down bad signs I've ever seen. People begging for money. He also had a basketball jersey thrown at him, which he then threw on the ground like a toddler. I don't really know what's going on. But although things were going really well for his tour, unfortunately for his fans, on the 26th of February, he had to cancel his remaining shows because of scheduling conflicts. So what did Drake do instead? He went to a wrestling match. I mean, what do you expect? While Drake was watching people break their backs, Kendrick was breaking records. He became the first rapper in history to ever surpass 100 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Seeing the numbers go up day by day was honestly really crazy. He would gain like over 1 million new listeners every day. He also became the first rapper to have 3 albums chart in the top 10 simultaneously. Not like us and Luther were dominating the charts, so much in fact that Kendrick was competing with himself for the #1 spot. GNX also became the fastest album to surpass 2 billion streams in this decade. And the last thing to come up for these two guys is that on Playboi Carti's new album, Kendrick Lamar is featured on not 1, not 2, but 3 different songs. No one expected this. Hell, even Carti forgot that he posted that Kendrick was on the album.
Show me a track list with Kendrick Lamar on that mother right now.
It's on the IG.
Oh yeah, it's on the IG. So he on that mother.
Many people, including me, didn't think this would ever happen. This wasn't on anyone's radar. I had a feeling it might be on the album as there were a few rumors on Twitter, so I went in expecting it, but when it appeared again, I was going crazy. And after the second time Kendrick appeared, I was certain that was it. So I went on Twitter for a second, and I got spoiled that there was another feature. He was spazzing on these songs too, man, I can't lie, no glaze or nothing. Kendrick was just really good. His chemistry with Carti on Mojo Jojo was peak, his singing on Backdoor was angelic, and his verse on Good Credit fed the hungry and gave homes to the homeless. It was great. So that's where we are now. This battle over the past year has done so much good for the hip hop community. Although these guys did have a clear disliking for each other for a very long time, it hasn't been since this past year this good. This battle will go down in history as one of the best wars to ever come out. I mean, no one even died during this war. If you're new here and you don't know, this is actually my first video talking about music, but it's something I'm really passionate about, so I thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. If you guys like the video, please drop a like, please subscribe, so I can make more content like this, because I'd really love to. Remember, please subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it, and YouTube reckons you'll like this video that's on screen right now. Now there's just one more thing to say. Turn this TV off, man.